Just a little video here tying together a lot of the stuff that we've learned lately. Okay, here's something that was going on yesterday on the Euro-US dollar. What did we have? Over here on the left, we had an area of indecision. We had a box here, price didn't know where it was going to go. So it shot up and up and up. And then there was an area of indecision here. It was decided then that it was too cheap still. So up it went. There will have been to the left a nice supply there. It went up and then didn't know where to go between the supply that was there and the demand, the decision that was here. It decided to come back down here. We got some symmetry there. There's another decision to be made here. Now, does it shoot back up from here and break the supply, or does it come down and go to the last place where it was decided to be too cheap? Well, it was decided to come down to the last place it was decided to be too cheap, which is the top of this box here. And then that kept it and kept it and kept it up. Now we know that when price gets to an area where it's too cheap, it goes back up to the last area where it was decided to be too expensive. It's very attracted to there. It didn't make it though. It came down and down and down, and it compressed its way down. You'll see that this supply here was taken out, and that supply there was taken out, and that supply there was taken out. So it's compressing its way down. So here is the last clean supply on it. Now what happened? Price came down into this area here, back into that box area, stayed undecided what it was going to do. And it went down and down. Now where this area over here had been decided to be too cheap, it actually kept price down. But something over here to the left had already said the price was too cheap, so it got into a little bit of a box. So there was an argument within that box whether price was going to go up or go down. In the end, it decided to break up over this line again, this indecision line, and it went through this compression that was here. And it went up to the last supply level, the last clean place where it was decided to be too expensive, and it actually broke it. And then there was more compression up here. There was no clean supply. There was no clean decision for price to be too expensive that wasn't already spiked up. So price was able to go up here, and up it came. Now, it came down to where this had been decided to be too expensive, and then decided to be too cheap, where it had gotten ignored. And it came down and compressed down, where to the top of this box here. So, upon compressing down, it was easy for it to get back up again over to the last place it was too expensive, and down to the last clean demand, and it's trying to get up and trying to get up. Now, where is it going to ultimately? It's going to the place it was attracted to from the very start, to this decision for price to be too expensive. And it got there. So, it compressed its way up. As we say, all these demands are taken out. There is no clean decision here for price to be too cheap that wasn't already tested. It was decided to be too cheap there, but it was tested when this came back. It was decided to be too cheap here, but it was tested when it came back. Here's a decision to be too cheap, but it was tested when it came back. Now here we have an indecision point. Price came down to demand where it was too cheap, and then it was undecided again what it wanted to do, but it did. It broke up through here, through this supply. And it got to the lovely decision to be too expensive. Now, what did it do? It stayed undecided there for a moment. Now, it was always going to react to this decision point. But it could have gone up. These highs here were a good place for price to react again. So these highs kept this up and it was undecided what it wanted to do. Here's a chance for it to go up or for it to come down. So what does it do? It comes down to the last supply that was broken, and it flags. We have another flag here. Now that's an indecision area. If it goes back up through here, we can imagine that our supply is gone now. It's all spiked out here, so price can go up. So this indecision point here is very, very important for whatever move comes. Now we know that we are compressed down here. So if it actually decides to be too expensive, price can come down easily into the bottom of the compression point. And it does. Now it's compressed down to here, to the last place where it was decided to be too cheap. And that had already been tested here, so price came down. And then what happened? We had another area of indecision here. Now that is what you often see in the market. You will see symmetry. You'll see a box on the way up, and then you'll see another box above, and then it comes down and makes another box very similar to the one on the left. We have symmetry here. That's a bear flag, and price couldn't break its way back up into the box above. Once it came down, we knew the price was gone. And look at this across here. You'll see there are many decisions to be made in this area. There's a lot of indecision there. There's indecision here. There's free space here where price is kept down. Then there's another period of indecision here, another period of indecision here, and another period of indecision here. A lot of symmetry. With this box, 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 that box. So we've just dealt with symmetry, more compression, decision points, indecision points, where price can break. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks, bye.